Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to try to achieve two things. First, I will give you a bit of an overview of this fish tank, which I guess I haven't previously shown on the channel, and I will also do unboxing and review of this Hygger automatic fish feeder, which I will try to install in here. I'm not entirely sure if this is actually going to work because it might be a bit too large, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm calling this actually an indoor pond. It's a mini pond, obviously, and I've made it this summer for my red mangrove tree. I've shown you this tree before a few times, and it was growing in a glass jar, actually, on a windowsill, which was okay in summer, and it was actually smaller at that time. So but over time I realized that it has grown quite a lot. It's a really tall tree now, and obviously it needed more space, so I've created this system, and it's probably a couple of months old, so it's not 100% mature. It's still quite fresh, but the tree seems to be growing in here. You can see there are some new leaves popping up, and it seems to like all this extra light that I'm providing for it. So this system is unheated. I wouldn't call it cold water because the temperature in this room stays at about 20-21 degrees Celsius, so it's not really cold water or tempered. It's more like an unheated system. It has no filtration, just an air stone, and I keep air stone here because of the surface malm. I don't want surface malm to accumulate, partly because I have here some labyrinth fishes. This paradise fish, there's a male and two females in here, and they need to breathe atmospheric air, so I don't want to have any malm in here. But it functions quite well without any filtration. So far so good, no issues at all, no debris accumulating on the bottom or anything like that. I don't do any water changes on this fish tank. I'm just topping up wherever evaporates, and this is an open top fish tank, so there is quite a bit of evaporation every week. When it comes to the population, you could probably already see this beautiful red velvet paradise fish and white cloud mountain minnows, as well as I think two pandagaras. I used to have this pandagaras in this setup with CPDs. I'll do a separate review on this fish tank with my colony of celestial pearl danios, but they sort of grown a bit too large for this tank, so I moved pandagaras in here, and this is about 50-liter fish tank, so it's good enough. These fish are hardy and very interactive. You can see this beautiful paradise fish male is really engaging and active. In terms of plants, have this large clump of Christmas moss mixed up with some Japanese pennywort, Hydrocotyle tripartita. There are also some crypts which I had in one of my previous tanks. There is a tiger nymphea in the back, which I also had in a different tank, and I replanted it here relatively recently, and it doesn't seem to be doing too well. But this other red lotus nymphea, I think it's called red lotus nymphea, is actually doing amazing. It's growing really nice. There is also small Ludwigia in here. I like watching this tank from the top, and it's actually right next to my desk, and I sit and work. When I work from home, I work sitting on this chair, and this tank is right here, so I absolutely enjoy watching it from top. So one of the reasons why I need an automatic feeder for this system, partly because all the fish here, they are quite large, and unlike this system, where I have only CPDs, lots of moss. There is a healthy population of infusoria in here, also some copepods, and they can go without food for a while. For instance, when I'm away for a few days, that's absolutely fine. That's not the case here, because these fish are relatively large, and obviously they will not eat any infusoria or copepods, so they need something. And they're also quite voracious, particularly when it comes to paradise fish. They're always hungry, always asking for food. So sometimes when I'm away for 2 or 3 days, I don't feel like leaving them hungry for that period of time. So I was looking for an automatic fish feeder, and this is what I've got. Well, the most obvious potential challenge with this, actually, that I see at the moment is when I was ordering this, I didn't realize that it's probably quite large for a nano tank like this. But we're going to open it up and we're going to have a look whether I could still fit it to this tank, and we're going to do a bit of a review on this thing, I guess. So this seems to be a new product. It's an automatic fish feeder, and it seems to have quite a few very interesting features, like this camera in here. You can see it is apparently attached to the tank glass, and yeah, it also works through an app, so yeah, that's quite unusual for fish feeders. So we get some instructions in here. I'll have a look at it a moment later, because it does seem to be quite advanced, and it seems to be very different from any other fish feeders I've had in the past. Alright, so that's how it looks inside, very neat and tidy. And yes, I have to say my initial fears that it might be a bit too large for this nano tank might be true. So there are a few components to it. Yeah, apparently this should go. This is where you would add your fish food, I guess. Yeah. Lots of space for fish food, which is great for a large tank. So after some time of reading the instructions, I had to read the instructions. I would say that this is probably the most advanced fish food dispenser that I've ever seen. So without reading the instructions, there is no way you can figure out how it functions. So I've managed to put it together, to assemble it, and this is how it looks. So my earlier concerns that it is far too large for this nano fish tank seem to be true. It is definitely far too large for this small fish tank. This device will be perfect for a large tank. It will be actually an excellent fit to a larger tank. But unfortunately, I didn't realize that it is a bit too large for me. So there is no way I can install it in here, because there are two ways that you can actually install this thing. First is with this glass holder. So you can obviously connect it to the glass, and it will hold like this on an open top tank. In my case, I can't really do that because of the water level. Also, obviously, it is going to take up too much space in here, but on a large open top tank you would connect it to the glass like this, or you can remove the sink. There is a sticker in here which was covered by a piece of paper. You could actually just put it on top of your tank. If you have a covering glass and you have an opening in your covering glass, you would put it like this without this holder on your fish tank. You could actually stick it to your cover glass with this very strong sticker on the bottom of it, and it will stay like that. So it will always stay on your tank, and you can remove the upper part whenever you need to refill fish food or you need to deal with all these wires. I'll get to these wires in a moment, but first I'll want to show you the fish food compartment. So it's in here. You can remove it quite easily. This holder on top of the lid of the fish food, where you can put some sort of a desiccant or something to prevent moisture accumulating in your fish food. It is not provided with the set, but you can buy it apparently separately and add it in here. And this is a fish food container. It comes with this thing which you can put in here if you have some small fish food, apparently, so that it doesn't fall in larger quantities. But this is a compartment itself. It's quite simple and seemingly functional. Lots of space for fish food. Literally, if you are using small pellets, medium-sized pellets, probably also some flakes, larger flakes, you can add a lot. And I mean, like, this is a 40-gram fish food container. I'm sure it will fit in its entirety in here. These are flakes. So again, great for a larger tank. You can just add lots of food in here and forget about it for a certain period of time. But that's not all, actually. There's quite a lot to this fish food feeder. And it comes with a camera. The camera is connected up here quite easily. The cord is quite long. In here there is a sticker. I didn't remove it. I didn't remove this plastic circle around the sticker, but you can remove it and you can attach it to your fish tank glass in a place where you want to watch your fish, when you want to ensure that they get a certain amount of food that you want them to get. And obviously you can possibly put it at quite a distance from the feeder itself, because the cord is quite long. Not sure how long it is. Looks like almost 3 feet long. Yeah, that's how it works. Apparently you don't probably want to connect it to the front glass of your fish tank, because you don't want this to be on the front glass, probably somewhere on the side, which is again a problem for me on this system. I can't really reach the sides. I can only connect it to the front, and obviously I don't want this massive camera to be on the front of this small tank. So that's another reason why I can't really use it on this system. Well, but very interesting feature, because you can also there is a user manual and there is a QR code in here that you can scan it on your mobile phone, and you can download the app and you can watch the camera through your app. You can also control this through your app. It has quite a lot of features and quite a lot of functions, including fish food dispersal, frequency, timing. You can adjust the timer through the app. So it's very convenient, because you will control it through the app. You will charge it through this USB cable. I've actually put it on charge currently and it is working. You see the lights on. It's just 2.5 watt, so it's not going to consume too much energy. I don't know how long it is going to work on a charge, but well, I guess long enough, because I've been charging it for quite a while and it's still not charged. You can see the red light indicator on, so apparently it needs some time before it fully charges, and then I guess it will work for a certain period of time on that charge. I would say this is an excellent device for a large tank, where you can just install it, and you can also use this camera to watch over your fish while you're not home, while you're away. You can make sure that everything is okay. So in some cases we actually purchase this sort of cameras separately in order to monitor our fish tanks while we're away, but this actually comes as part of the set, which is very convenient. I would say this is a great invention. In my case, at least in this tank, unfortunately it's too massive, it doesn't fit. But this is clearly designed for a large tank. It's not a nano tank system. This is something that I wasn't aware of initially. At the moment I don't have any large tanks where I can actually fit it, but in the near future we're planning to install a marine reef system in our living room, which is something my wife has been asking for some period of time, and I think well, it will be a very large tank, probably like 500-600 liters, so this device will be perfect for that system. because I like how it looks. It's black, it's sleek, it's stylish, well, high tech. I really love this camera. I would have installed it separately if I could, but it has to work through the feeder. So really, yeah, my verdict is that it's a really functional, potentially very useful high-tech device. It does take some time to figure out how to install it. I didn't install the app yet because obviously I'm not using it on this tank. So, but it does seem like app is quite straightforward from the pictures on the user's manual. So I'll keep it for future for a larger tank, which is a great device. By all means, I'm really happy with everything that I can see in this device. But yeah, clearly, keep in mind that this is not for nano systems, this is for larger tanks, and even if you have a really large tank, it will still fit perfectly. You can see how large it is in relation to my hands, and obviously, yeah, will fit pretty much a huge tank. Well, also will be good on a relatively decently large tank, but not on a 40 or 50 liter system, or probably not even on 70 or even 100 liter tanks, but maybe something starting from 200 liters upwards.